Blessings. Hope everybody's doing well. This is Pastor Hector Quinones. We're going to continue on with our English classes. This is book number 2, side by side, the workbook number 2, side by side, and we're going to continue going over chapter number 10 in the workbook. So I hope you were able to already complete chapter number 10 and all the exercises and practice, and now we're going to continue with the workbook. So let's look up. Let me get my my pencil and let's begin. So let's look at number 1. It says, before I took lessons from Mrs. Rossini, I couldn't play the violin very well. Now I can play the violin beautifully. Number 2, I'm sorry, is this present or past? It's past because it says last weekend. So I'm sorry you couldn't go to the beach with us last weekend. Maybe now we're talking about next weekend. Maybe you can go with us next weekend. Very good. Number 3. When I first arrived in this country, I was frustrated because this is when I first arrived. I was frustrated, already happened in the past tense. All right, I was frustrated because I couldn't speak English. Now I'm happy because I can speak English very well. Number 4, we blank hear him because he spoke too softly. It already happened, right? Spoke, past tense. So we couldn't hear him because he spoke too softly. Number 5, we really want to fire Howard, but we blank. In the present tense, right? But we can't. We want to do it right now, but we can't. Why? Because his father is, present tense, the president of the company. Number 6, my parents tell me that I was a very bright little girl. According to them, I blank when I was 2 years old. I blank read when I was 2 years old. Okay, so we're talking about the past. Okay, so but it was something that she was able to do. So I could read when I was 2 years old, and I could write when I was 3 years old. Good job. Number 7, we blank moved the refrigerator by ourselves because it was too heavy. Right? It was, past tense. So we couldn't. Number 8, I blank go to work yesterday because I was sick. But today I'm feeling much better. I'm sure I blank go to work tomorrow. All right. Go to work yesterday, so that's past tense. I couldn't go to work yesterday because I was sick, but today I'm feeling much better. I'm sure I can go to work tomorrow. Excellent. Let's continue on. Finish up with the page. Number 9. Michael blank go to lunch with his co-workers because he was too busy. He was, past tense, right? Michael couldn't go to lunch with his co-workers because he was too busy. Number 10. I blank play basketball when I was in high school because I was too short. Right? It already happened. When I was in high school, I couldn't play basketball when I was in high school because I was too short. But I wasn't upset because I could play on the baseball team. Number 11, I'm disappointed. We blank barbecue tonight. It's raining. I'm disappointed. There's something that's happening right now, right? So you have to say, we can't barbecue tonight. All right, so let's look at number 12. I blank asked my boss for a raise. I was too nervous. This already happened, right? So it says, I blank asked my boss for a raise. I was too nervous. So this one, it's a little bit further down, but the key word here is this. Okay? So that already happened. I couldn't ask my boss for a raise. I was too nervous. All right, excellent. Let's continue on. Next page. This is a grammar wrap. So here we go. I'm gonna clap and say it. You listen, and then you can repeat after me. She tried on the skirt, but she couldn't zip it up. Was it too small? Much too small. She tried on the shoes, but she couldn't keep them on. Were they too big? Much too big. He tried to talk, but he couldn't say a word. Was he too nervous? Much too nervous. She sat at the table, but she couldn't eat a thing. Was she too excited? Much too excited. He went to the lecture, but he couldn't stay awake. Was he too tired? Much too tired. She took the course, but she couldn't pass the test. Was it too hard? Much too hard. Rewind the video, do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Okay? Continue practicing. Well done. Let's continue on. We move here now to page number 93. Why weren't they able to? And we have the plural and we have the singular. So let's look at the first example. Daniel wasn't able to lift the package because it was too heavy, or because he was too tired, or because he was too weak. So let's do an example. This is not, it doesn't have to be this way. You can choose your choices, but let's look. Barbara, it's she, right? Wasn't able to go to work yesterday because she felt sick. My grandparents, this is plural, right? My grandparents weren't able to finish their dinner because they were full. That's it. Belly was full. Number 4. Jim, singular. Jim wasn't able to buy the car he wanted because he didn't have enough money. Number 5. I blank get on the bus this morning because I wasn't able to get on the bus this morning because I came out too late. You could say I came out of the house too late. Number 6, the students in my class blank the puzzle because blank. Students with an S, right? Plural. The students in my class weren't able to solve the puzzle because they were tired. Number 7, Maria. Very good. Wasn't able to fall asleep last night because she wasn't, she was feeling very energetic. Good. So you have to use your imagination. What you need to do is make sure that all the verb conjugations are correct. Let's do 8 through 10. Here we go. My brother blank wore my tuxedo to his wedding because my brother wasn't able to wear my tuxedo to his wedding because it was too big. Okay. Number 9. We couldn't. Oh, not couldn't. Sorry. We, plural tense, weren't able to go sailing last weekend because it was snowing. Okay. Number 10. Robert blank say I love you to his girlfriend because Robert is he, right? He wasn't able to say I love you to his girlfriend because he was scared. Excellent. Let's continue on. Next page. What's the word? Letter D. Letter D. What's the word? Here we go. So now we have 3 different, we have choices that we could use with had to. So we can use could, was, were able to, couldn't, wasn't, and weren't able to are the choices that we have. So let's begin. Let's look at number 1 as an example. The bus was very crowded this morning. I couldn't sit, or you could say I wasn't able to sit. I had to stand. Let's look at number 2. Use the key that you have on top, the words, the vocabulary words that you have available. So let's do number 2. You could see right there, so we'll do this. Here we go. Carlos was very, very disappointed. Okay. Carlos was very disappointed. He wasn't able to take his daughter, right? To the circus on Saturday because he had to work overtime. And could we say he was disappointed because he couldn't? Yes, that's the idea, that you learn that they're interchangeable, okay? Number 3, when I was young, I was very energetic. Again, same thing. I wasn't able to, or I couldn't run 5 miles every day. Number 4, when Judy was 10 years old, her family moved to a different city. She was sad because she blanked her old family, her old friends very often. Now we put the other choice here. I'll just do this. All right. She couldn't see her old friends very often, or she wasn't able to see her friends very often. Number 5, when I was a little boy, I was upset because my older brothers blank go to bed late, but I blank go to bed at 7:30 every night. Okay, when I was a little boy, I was upset because my older brothers. So this is something that we're able to do, right? My other brothers could go to bed late, but I couldn't. I had to go to bed at 7:30. Number 6, we're sorry we blank go to the tennis match with you yesterday. We're sorry we couldn't go to the tennis match with you yesterday. We blank take our car to the mechanic. We had to take our car to the mechanic. Excellent. Daniela, jump in if you want to try.
Okay, teacher.
How are you? You want to try number 7?
Yes.
Go ahead.
When I was a teenager, I was very athletic. I wasn't no baseball. Okay, I couldn't play baseball and I had to play football.
All right, so I couldn't play baseball, or if you were to say I wasn't able to play baseball, that's okay. They're interchangeable. And I couldn't play football. Or you said can't, I could, right? That's what you said? I couldn't play football.
Okay. And I could play football.
Well, hold on, but why did you say couldn't here?
No, that's why I told first wasn't.
Yes, but look at what it says here. Here it says, I was very athletic.
Okay.
So this is a sport, and this is a sport. So then this is gonna be very likely positive, and this is very likely gonna be positive too. That he was,
yes.
so when I was a teenager, I was very athletic.
I couldn't play baseball.
Couldn't says you didn't do it, but he was athletic.
Oh yeah, I could.
Okay. could play baseball, and I
could play football too.
And could is a possibility, right? So you can say that. You can also say, if you wanted to, I was able to, up to you. Right? So let's finish it. But I was so terrible. Go ahead.
But I was a terrible singer and dancer. I couldn't sing and I couldn't dance.
Excellent. All right, number 8. My wife and I.
My wife and I
Go to our son's game after school yesterday. It already happened.
couldn't because something happened. Okay, my wife and I couldn't go to our son's soccer games after school yesterday because we have to meet with our lawyer.
Excellent. All right, number 9. Brian was upset because he wanted to have long hair, but he couldn't. Or you could say he wasn't able to. Okay, he couldn't. He blank go to the barber every month because his parents like very short hair. He had to go to the barber every month. Good. All right, let's continue on page 95. You decide.
We can use both in any action, in any situation.
Yeah, so you see it here. Okay.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
So in Spanish, Daniela, now that you asked that question, if I was to say, so like this sentence here, let me do this here. This sentence here, if you translate the first one, and if you translate the second one, what's the difference in Spanish? How would you say it? I couldn't sit. How would you say that in Spanish?
No me pude sentar.
Ok, no me pude sentar o no pude sentarme. La misma cosa, el pronombre reflexivo está ahí en me. And how about I wasn't able to sit? La palabra able en español, cuando la traducimos, usualmente la palabra que nos viene a la mente para traducir esta es capaz.
Me tuve que ir parado, ¿no?
Capaz. I wasn't able to. Yo no fui capaz de sentarme. Esa es la palabra able, lo que dice. ¿Ok? Pero al fin y al cabo, la idea y la esencia son exactamente la misma. ¿Ok?
Okay.
Good. So let's continue down here. All right, that's it. So you decide, why didn't they enjoy themselves? So repeat after me, Daniela. Myself.
Myself.
Yourself.
Yourself.
Himself.
Himself.
Herself.
Herself.
Ourselves.
Ourselves.
Good. Yourselves.
Yourself.
Themselves.
Themselves.
Couldn't.
Couldn't.
Wasn't able to.
Wasn't able to.
Weren't able to.
Weren't able to.
Good. All right, so number 1, I didn't enjoy myself at the beach yesterday. It was very windy and I couldn't go swimming, or I wasn't able to go sailing. It doesn't matter. You make up your own answer. So let's look at number 2. Jim and his friends didn't enjoy, we're talking about Jim and his friends, right? They're together over there. Didn't enjoy themselves at the movie yesterday. It was very scary and they
Weren't.
good able to watch it. You could say they weren't able to watch at all. Okay. Or you could say, you could repeat the same thing. They weren't able to enjoy themselves. You could say that too. Number 3, but it's good to give a reason. Nancy didn't enjoy, it's her, right? Herself at the museum. It was very crowded and she wasn't, we're good, thank you. She wasn't able to, uh-oh, there it is. It was crowded, she wasn't able to see well. There were too many people, so she couldn't see well. Okay. Number 4, you want to try it, Daniela?
Okay. Okay, number 4. Edward didn't enjoy last night himself at the restaurant last night. The food was very spicy and he wasn't able to eat.
All right, the food was very spicy and he wasn't able to eat it.
Eat it.
All right. Number 5, I didn't enjoy myself, right? At the circus last Friday. It was very noisy and I
couldn't or wasn't.
oh, that's fine. I couldn't concentrate. Or whatever you want to put there. Or I couldn't focus. All right, let's see. Number 6. We didn't enjoy. What is it?
Ourselves.
Our vacation last winter. We got sick and we
weren't
able to
go to the hospital.
We weren't able to go out.
Go out.
We weren't able to go to the beach. If you say we weren't able to go to the hospital, they said we got sick and we weren't able to go to the hospital. If you say we got sick and we weren't able to eat, we weren't able to visit family, we weren't able to, because if you say you weren't able to go to the hospital, then what were you doing? You have to return. So
yeah.
But that sentence will still be correct though, the one you said. All right, let's look at letter F. What's the word? Walter was pleased. He didn't have to call the plumber. He blank fix the sink himself. He was able to fix the sink by himself. Number 2, I blank get to work on this morning because the bus was late.
I couldn't.
Excellent. Number 3. Want to try, Daniela?
Yes, I missed the company picnic yesterday because I had to go to the eye doctor.
Eye doctor. Let me hear you say it. I. No S. Just say eye doctor.
Eye doctor.
Good. Number 4. We blank finish our dinner because we were too full. We weren't able to finish our dinner because we were too full. Number 5.
I forgot my briefcase and I wasn't able to go back home and get it.
Now, here it says, I forgot my briefcase and I wasn't able to go back home and get it. Okay. So they were not, the person was not able to go. Now, if you say, I forgot my briefcase and I had to go back home and get it, would that be okay? Would that be okay?
Yes, because tuvo que regresar, pero también puede decir que no pudo regresar.
Excellent. Good job, Daniela. Good job. Number 6.
Okay, fall asleep last night. Our neighbor's school. Okay, it's we couldn't fall asleep last night. Our neighbors played their music very loudly. No pudo dormir porque los vecinos estaban.
Yep, they didn't enjoy that. Too loud. All right. Why not? So let's read the story. Daniela, you want to read it?
Okay.
Reading, go ahead. A lot of practice for you today.
Yes, it's the classes for me.
There you go.
Tomorrow afternoon, David is moving to a new apartment next door. He asked a lot of people to help him, but unfortunately, everyone is busy tomorrow afternoon and nobody will able to help him. They all have things they have got to do.
All right, so let's repeat a few words. Remember to make sure you have that ending, that it sounds clear when you enunciate it. So repeat after me. Asked.
Asked.
Good. Help.
Help.
Let me hear that, Pete. Help.
Help.
Good. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Excellent. Everybody.
Everybody.
Good job. B. I think you skipped that one. Yep. Things.
Oh, yes. Things.
So try to make sure you pronounce the TH. Don't forget. For the TH, you want to make sure you
sound out.
Things.
Things. Things.
Things.
Things.
Good. And the last one. This one.
They have got to do.
Yes, like that. But this is the thing. You're saying that they have. Don't say they have. Connected as one. So you want to say they've got to do.
They've got to do.
Excellent. All right. All right,
Yeah, it's more easy, but it's difficult to memorize for me.
It is, but the more you practice and practice and practice, you're good to go. So let's look at number one. His friend Bob won't be able to help him. He's got to take his daughter to the doctor. Number two, his friend Sandra won't be able to help him. She's got to drive her brother to the train station. Number three, Daniela, give it a shot.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't be able to help you. I've got to take care of my neighbor's little boy.
Excellent. Number four. Tom and I won't be able to help you either.
We've
got
to stay home and wait for plumber.
For the plumber. So even though plumber has a B here, you don't hear it. Plumber. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Excellent. All right, number five. Go ahead, Daniela.
Okay, Davis brothers won't be able to help him. He's got to study for an important English test.
Good. He's got to. Let me hear you say study.
Study.
Good. Number six. David's cousin won't be able to help him. He's got to go to baseball practice.
Okay.
All right, number seven. We're really sorry, David. Unfortunately,
we've got to move to your new apartment by yourself.
Oh no, hold on. They were talking to him. All of them?
Oh, it's our
all these people are telling him, you gotta get out. So we're really sorry, David. Unfortunately, good.
You've got to move to your new apartment by yourself.
Excellent.
Qué mala onda.
All right. So, you have to look here. We got 9 sentences on top. You have to look this part. You have to look at this part. And then you have to look at this part here. All right. So, let's read the bottom first. Last week on Friday the 13th, Lisa went skating. And unfortunately, she broke her leg. The doctor says she'll have to rest her leg all month. Lisa is very upset. So now we're going to look at the sentence, and we're going to align sentence number 1 here with sentence number 1 here. But it says here that she is upset because she won't be able to do some things. So this here, number 1, she can't do it. So we have to say she can't do it. So here we go. She won't be able to go jogging every morning. Number 2.
She won't be able to go, no, to ride her bicycle.
Yep, she won't be able to ride her
bicycle to the school.
Okay.
Every day. Go to the school every day.
Ride her bicycle.
To the school or to school?
To school every day. All right, number 3. She plays tennis on the school team, but she's upset because she won't
be able to play tennis on the school team.
All right. Number 4, she swims every afternoon. Sadly enough, she won't be able to swim every afternoon. And number 5, she does exercise every evening. She won't be able to do exercises every evening. You got it, Daniela?
Yes.
Good. So, all right. So then number 6. Now let's see what happens here. Fortunately, there are many things that Lisa will be able to do. So number 6, she'll be able to play the violin. Daniela, can you do number 7, please? What else will she be able to do?
She'll be able to bake delicious cakes and cookies. And the next is she'll be able to make her own clothes.
She'll be able to make her own clothes. Good.
Clothes. And she'll be able to fix her computer when it is broken.
She'll be able to fix her computer when it's you could also say, because you already said that, she'll be able to fix her computer when it's broken. Well, I guess leave it the way they gave you the example. Do you have any questions, Daniel, or you're good?
I'm good. Only the word swim, de nadar, swim or swims.
Swim. Yeah, so you say like this, say
Me confundí, quería decir camarón. Swim. Swim.
Okay, just swim.
Mhm.
Good. All right, number 1. Let's look at they'll be able to. My daughter couldn't go to her ballet lesson today, but I'm sure she'll be able to go next week. We, in plural, right?
Wearing. Okay.
Very good. We weren't
We weren't
able
to
assemble our
assemble.
new lamp yesterday. I hope we
We will be assemble it today.
Yep. Or you could say it this way if you would like. I hope we'll be able to assemble it today. Number 3, Bill.
He couldn't. Bill couldn't
Bill couldn't go
practice
to
to
football.
football practice today.
He thinks
He'll be able to go to football practice tomorrow.
excellent. Number 4, I blank fell asleep last night.
I couldn't
Fall asleep last night. I hope
will I'll be able tomorrow.
I hope I'll be able to fall asleep.
Fall asleep tonight. Tonight.
Excellent. All right. We're moving along. We're at letter J. Let's continue. They won't be able to. Number 1, I'm sorry I won't be able to cook dinner tonight. I've got to work overtime. Number 2, I'll do number 2. You can do number 3, Daniela. I'm terribly sorry. My daughter, she won't be able to babysit this afternoon. She's got to practice the violin, right? She's got to practice the violin. Number 3, Daniela, go ahead.
My children weren't eat ice cream at the party. Their doctor told them they've had eat fruit for dessert.
So you have to say my children won't be able because the party is going to happen later.
Oh, okay. My children won't be able to eat ice cream at the party. Their doctor told them they got to eat. They've got to eat fruit for dessert.
Excellent. Number 4, I'm really upset. My father won't be able to lend us money because he's got to buy a new van. And number 5, unfortunately, My husband and I
won't be
very good.
won't be able to play golf with you today. We've got to take our dog to the vet.
Excellent. This is easy, right, Daniela? It's not bad.
Yes, yes.
It's repetitive, the same thing, right? All right, so let me do this exercise. I'm gonna read it to you and then you help me identify the answers. Here we go. Listening. Page 98. Letter K, here we go. Listen to what I'm going to read. It's a little paragraph, okay? This is for questions 1, 2, and 3. And then I'll read to you the next one. William's new apartment. William is having problems with his new apartment. Yesterday, he was very frustrated. It was a hot day and he wasn't able to open his living room windows. And today he's upset because all the lights in his apartment went off. William is very disappointed. Now he won't be able to cook dinner or watch his favorite programs on TV. So let's look at number 1. Number 1, we have 2. He was able to open his living room windows. We said he was not. So he couldn't open his living room window. Number 2, what do you think, Daniela? Were the lights too bright or were they not working?
Is the lights is went out. I'm not sure, teacher.
Letter A. The lights in
Letter
his
A?
apartments went out. No lights.
Okay.
No lights. Number 3. He won't be able to cook dinner. Or he'll be able to watch his favorite programs on TV. Which is it?
Number 8.
Letter A. Very good. Okay, listen to the second story. Mr. and Mrs. Clark's new computer. Mr. and Mrs. Clark are having computers problems with their new computer. Yesterday, they were frustrated because they couldn't assemble the computer easily. And today, they're upset because the computer crashed. Mr. and Mrs. Clark are very disappointed. Now they won't be able to send any email to their grandchildren. Number 4. Why were Mr. and Mrs. Clark frustrated yesterday? A or B?
The A.
They could assemble their computer easily, but it says here in the story, it says they were disappointed, frustrated, because they couldn't. So they weren't able to assemble their computer easily. It wasn't easy, it was difficult. Let's look at number 5. Why are they upset today?
Their computer crashed.
Good. Crashed. Good. And number 6. Why are they disappointed?
They won't be able to send any email to their grandchildren.
Excellent.
Yeah, the first one I wrote couldn't. That's why I told couldn't, but it's not couldn't, it's could. Could.
That's good. You got it though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me erase this. All right, so if you could mute your microphone, please. You could turn it off. I'm gonna do it, and then you could maybe practice later. Here we go. All right, here we go. Were you able to leave early last night? No, I had to work until 7. Were you able to get to the office on time? No, I couldn't get there till 11. Were you able to take the 6 o'clock bus? No, I had to wait until 8. Were you able to get to the meeting on time? No, I had to walk in late. Okay, so you want to practice that one. Let's look at the last one. Will you be able to join us for dinner? No, I won't. I've got to work late. Will you be able to meet us tomorrow? No, he won't. He's got to see Kate. Will she be able to come to the meeting? No, she won't. She's got to call Jack. Will they be able to go on the sightseeing trip? No, they won't. They've got to unpack. All right. So you want to practice, practice, practice. Practice clappings. Do it fast, do it slow. Just practice, practice, practice. We're almost done. Almost done. Here we go. Page 100. Last section. Listen and fill in the words to the song. Then listen again and sing along. We don't have the song, but we could figure it out, I think. Let's see, Daniela. My friend Jim called the other day. He said, would you like to see a play?
Today?
Very good. Would you like to see a play today? I didn't really want to
Play? Or go?
go. So this is how I told him. No, I'm afraid I won't be able to
Play?
go.
Or go?
Okay. I have a lot of things to
Do?
do. I've got to wash my clothes and clean my house today, but thank you for the invitation. I want to express my appreciation. I'm sure that we'll be able to see a play another
Day again.
Good, so let's see if we get to the bottom. Just a little smaller. There you go. My friend Bob called the other
Day.
Very good. He said, would you like to roller skate?
Today.
Today. I didn't really want to
Go.
go. So this is how I told him. No, it rhymes, right? I'm afraid I won't be able to. Oh, number 5 is 2 as well. This one up here, I think I'm afraid I won't be able to go. I think I wrote go in there. That's a mistake. Sorry if I did that. I don't even remember. Let's do number 14. I have a lot of things to do. I've got to paint my house and bathe my cat today, but thank you for the invitation. I want to express my appreciation. I'm sure that we'll be able to roller skate another day. I'm sure that we'll be able to. I'm sure that we'll be able to. Excellent. So we're officially done with chapter number 10, book number 2, the workbook portion. Again, chapter number 10, book number 2, side by side, the workbook portion. Keep studying. Make sure you complete your exercises. Well done. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Blessings.